Any peculiar thing?
Uh, I just see it's a random data collection on. I can see names, participants by gender and by. I don't know the other one. Unit
Well,
sold and all that. I don't know. Oh, it's like items of a shop, something like that. I don't know, but I just think it's just like a random data collection.
okay. So I'm scrolling like this and it's taking time. So the shortcut, I just take Control Shift down arrow. So there are up to 3,740 rows. So it's a big data set. All right, another thing that is peculiar on this is that like, it's already formatted as table, right? It's already formatted as table.
Okay.
Yes, you see the filters. These are filters.
Okay.
So if I want to see the number of products that this company or this business sells, I'll just click on the filter. These are the various products: banjo, clarinet, drums, flute, and guitar. So they're the same musical instruments.
Yeah.
And these are the various units that
Yeah.
have been sold to the various clients. And if you multiply, if you divide this revenue by this number of units, then you know the total, the revenue per drum, right? Uh,
Okay.
yeah, so we have the name. This should be the name of the customer, the gender, the region where they come from, the team name, the product name. We don't have the time, no problem. We don't have the time. When we want to go to do our dashboard, we can come and add a time column here. So this data is already very formatted, and at the end of this class or at the end of tomorrow, you will be your own individual data. I saw Mr. Joseph already doing something. That's one thing that we need to come out with a
Yeah.
database. You might want to do many sheets like this one. You already see the all-in-one sheet is very simple. You could see have another sheet where you have the customer. Okay, you can have the dates. You could still have another sheet. Let me just create another sheet. If I want this very formatting, I can just hold the control key and drag. That's to duplicate. The same thing. Can highlight the first row. Control shift down arrow. Press delete button. Okay, here we can now say, like in most businesses that you have, the data will not, like for those of you who want to do, if you are interested in business analytics, you will not have the data in from one table. So you can have the customer ID here. You can have the date, the order date, right? Because the customer might have called and given an order,
Yeah.
but that's not the same date that the customer came to get the things. So you can have the order date and the, how do you put it, shipment date. For big companies, it will be shipment date. So let's just say the sales date,
Yeah.
or how do you put it? So you can have something like this. You can have the department. You know, it will say it will be the marketing department, obviously. So this one may not really be necessary to put the department. What else should we put here? The product ID, right? And we can remove these ones. Okay. So you see that this is all different data set. So like here, Abraham, you see Abraham many times, right? So this Abraham will have
Yeah.
a particular code that you have given to this customer. Where this is where you put the code. Maybe Abraham is number one. It's code one. So code 00. Let's just give something that resembles a code. Code 2023 quarter 1 001, something like that, or 001. This can be the code, the ID for the customer. 2023 quarter
Okay.
1, customer number 0001. So each time there is Abraham, you have this code as the customer
Okay.
ID. And then the other date, you can put any date. let's say it was ordered on August 31st, 2023, and received today, September 3rd, 20. You see, I'm writing the date, right? I begin with the month. All these are Excel dates are formatted.
Yeah.
And then the product ID, you also have different product ID, like these drums, clarinet, you can have different product ID. So you can have two tables like this. So I'm just saying so because when we will be doing Power Query, we'll be combining tables like this. Okay, let me see. Any that's in Power BI though. Is there anything here that matches here? Because if you want to connect these two tables together, there should be a particular column that is present in both files, in both data sets. You get it?
Yeah.
Yes. So most often you can insert another column here, and it's the
Okay.
customer ID. Yes, because if this column is here, yes, that's what we call the primary key. Because if you want to link two things together, there must be something that you have to use to link them, right? It's just that if you are linking two countries together, there should be either a bridge that you are using to link them together. There should be a connector. You get the point?
Yeah.
Yes. So if you want to link these two, but these are two tables now. This is a table. Look at where when I wrote it. This is a table, and this is another table. To connect these two tables together, there must be something that they have in common. In that way, when you connect them together, you can take this region and you come and link it with maybe sales dates. It's possible because you have already connected the two tables together. All right, that was just to give you some highlight on what you might see as you grow in data science. It will just to tell you that you must not always have a single table as you work with data, especially with databases. All right, so today we are going to be plotting charts. This one is pretty easy, but I just want to give us some hints because you have different types of charts, right? You have a line chart or a line graph.
Yeah.
You have a column chart because you need to know when to use a particular chart. You have a bar chart.
Okay.
You have a histogram. You have a tree. Is it tree map? These are the common ones. You have a. Hey, I've forgotten the most common. Let me use about that one. You have a pie chart. You also have what we call a donut chart. You have this. Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay. So you use a pie chart when you're comparing two or three things. For example, if you want to, let me see, we'll just extract some things from here. Let's extract Abraham. Okay. So if you have, and then when you are plotting your chart in Excel, you must always have a column that has figures, that has numbers. We get the point.
Okay.
Yes, you must always have a mathematical something that you want to see a number. Because if I just come here and highlight this one and go to plot, come to insert. Insert is where we'll always come to. And then when I come to insert, you see recommended chart. This one is if you don't really know which chart to use, Excel can propose a chart for you. We have the column chart here, we have the line chart, we have the pie chart. So if I take recommended chats, you see what Excel is saying. Recommended chats are not available. All right, let me take all chats. When I take all chat, Excel put a line, highlight column chat. I don't see anything there. You get the point?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think line chat, there's nothing. Because Excel has not seen any mathematical thing. But if I take name, here to the first five, if I highlight name, I put my control key, and I come and highlight unit sold. I come down to recommended chat. Okay, I've taken the recommended pivot table. That's why I still coming to that one. It's insert.
Okay.
Yeah, recommended pivot table. It's showing you something very good. First, it brings the things together. Well, I actually wanted to go back to recommended charts here. So I highlight
Okay.
this. I come to recommended charts. Do you see now the different charts? So Excel is saying that you can use a column chart, you
Yeah.
can use a pie chart, you can use a bar chart, you can use a tree map. So there are just four of them. So we can use a pie chart here.
Yeah.
Yes, if I click on pie chart, I click OK. So to plot chart is very easy. When I take OK, you have the pie chart. The pie chart gives me the various quadrants. So this one, I'm already seeing that this one is the greatest quadrant, this gray. And that gray is John. So automatically, John bought the highest. Okay, I've done something else now. What have I done? I've instead gone to. I don't know what I did, but I went to revenue. Meanwhile, I'm supposed to go to unit sold. So sometimes, but most of you, you'll not be comparing the unit sold. Since most managers want to see how much they have made, so most of you will be comparing the revenue. So that wasn't the right thing to do. But now that we took unit sold, it was a mistake. But let me just see if we can correct that. I right click on the graph. I take select data. Okay, this dialog box opens. Can you see?
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when it opens, you see this side. They say unit sold, and then here we have the names that we select. We selected just first four names. We have the names here, and then we have this unit sold. So let me uncheck this one, and then I I uncheck it, and I come down and I select. Oh, it's not going. Okay, let me take add. I take add, and I come and select revenue. The first four. Let's see if this works. Anyway, I think I selected the wrong thing. It's supposed to be, it's a series name. The series name is revenue. Then the series values. You can see the values, right? Oh, it's not going.
Yeah.
So there's an error in the formula you entered. Okay, no problem. Let me select the revenue. Let me select this one and see. All right. So I just click on it, and I come here and select the first four and take OK. I don't know if this step was complicated or something.
It's already analyzing it, I can see.
No, there's a small problem. Even when I change to revenue, this one's also change to 1, 2, 3, 4. That's not how it's supposed to be. It's just what I was telling you some time ago, that when you have to plot many charts that are similar, there's no need taking insert and plotting charts all the time. But you can plot one chart and then you duplicate the chart. It's like my voice is coming twice. Are you getting me twice?
I think it's fine.
All right. Okay. So, all right. So what I was explaining is, if you want to plot another pie chart, let's say for this time around you plotted for the names, right? The names of your employee, of your customers, and the revenue that they brought. Okay. Now, if you want to plot for the region, you want to plot for the region and the revenue. We're just taking the first four for now, but we are going to do for all, since they are formatted as table and everything is well spelled. I'll just copy this tag. Just copy, and then I'll paste it down here. See, now it's the same thing. So I'll just right click, I'll take select data, then I'll come here, I'll take add. Now I want to put the region. I'll click on region, that's the heading. Then I'll come down to values. I'll delete whatever they have given here. I'll come to my revenue. I'll start from the column name and select the first four. Then I'll take OK. When I do that, you see the region has come here. All right, with this one is showing 1, 2, 3. This one here on my left, on my right. So I'll just edit it again. I'll just click on edit and take 1, 2, 3, 4. Take OK, and then take OK here. So come down. Yeah, there's an issue. Let me select again. Select data. Uncheck this revenue. Okay, I've not unchecked that revenue. You notice, right? So you have to uncheck the other one, because it shows that we have plotted these three things for this same graph. This time around we wanted the region, and up here I did the wrong thing by selecting together with the head column name. That's why you're seeing revenue is in dollars.
Okay.
Yeah, so let me just uncheck that one. Okay, so it's fine now. Yeah, though I'm not seeing the no, there's still a problem. This region. Let me remove some of them. I don't know why it's making that. This region. Okay, let me see. No, this one is not giving me actually what I wanted. So there's no problem. We'll just replot it. Let me try again. Or maybe the thing has to be together. What? Oh, okay. Let me edit here first. Edit.
Hey, this revenue is not coming out because you took it plus the heading.
Let me just see.
Yeah, you're not completely
All right, I've understood. So I just took select. I just right click. I take select data. We already have the revenue here. So what we're changing was just to change the name of the customer to region. So I just came here, I took edit, and I came and highlighted the region from the column heading. So it means that you highlight the I don't know how to call this one, the characters or the ones that are not figures from the column heading. But if you're taking the figures, you should take just the figures. You should not take plus the column heading. Right. Because if I uncheck this and I come here and take it from the heading, or if I uncheck this and I take add, I come and take from the heading, I take OK, I take even if this one even goes off. Let me just do it again. This one region, I take OK. It's even funny. Anyway, let's not go too much into that now. All right. Anyway, I was just saying that when you're plotting your pie chart, it's when you have just about 2 or 3 things to compare. This 4 is even a little bit much, because when you look at the 4, you don't know, okay, this blue, you can easily show that this blue, which is Not supposed to be name.
Name.
Yeah. Let's edit it. It's not supposed to be name. Select data. This one is not supposed to be name. It's supposed to begin from Abraham right down to Raymond. Not beginning with name. All right, I see. So now another thing to do is even without going to edit and doing all that, if I click inside the graph, right, or on the chart, and you look at the data, you will see that the data from this chart is coming from these two places, the name column and the revenue, right?
Yeah.
And you will see that the name has there are 5 names, but revenue has just
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. That's why you have this here. So I am going to add. To add, I'll just bring my cursor and then it turns into a diagonal shape and I bring it down one time. You see now, it adds up here too.
Okay.
Yeah. So the other thing I wanted to show you is, for now, we just know that the largest one is this yuan. Somebody's mic is on, somebody's background, or it's still mine. Okay. So I just see it here that this person had the highest one, but there's no value. So to add the value, I just come to this plus sign here and I take data labels. Data labels, you actually have just the figures, but sometimes it's good to show percentages. So I can come here again and click on this small arrow. Then I take data call out. You see now, when I click on data call out, it changes to percentages. Can you see? The percentages are rounded to the nearest whole number. That's the thing. They're rounded to the nearest whole number. Then when I click on more, I can not only put percentages, but you can add the value. If I click here, you see the value adds, and the percentage also shows there. So this is the flexibility of plotting your graphs in Excel. You can do a lot. Even if you want a series name, you can click on it. If series name is revenue, it will show. If you want the exact value from the cell, you can click here and go to the cell and get it. But these ones, I think they are fine. It gives you the name of the client, it gives you how much money the client brought, and the percentage that it contributed to your revenue. Okay, another thing I wanted to show you is to format this. You may want to change these colors. Maybe you don't like, maybe you want to put green here. This one, when I click on it once, it highlights the whole chart. When I click again on the particular one that I want, you see that only this gray is highlighted. Yeah, it's having this small dot. So I can right click on it now. I come to fill and I change the color to green. Yeah, so you can change the color. You can also remove this title. Since you want to give a title to you may want to give a title to your chart at the under. So maybe there will be no need putting this revenue dollar here. It is not very clear or very explicit. So we can still come to this plus and we take we're supposed to have, okay, if it was a column chart, we will have data chart. Okay, chart title is right there. So if I uncheck it, the title goes away. Okay, this writing is not really black as we see. It's actually somehow gray. So if I click again on the chart and come here to this right to the format, the font, I can take this automatic black. You see that something has changed here. Then if I want to put lines like borders around this my graph, I can come here, I click once, I right click, I take format chart area, I write down here. Then I take border, not fill, I take the border. Then I take solid line. You see now it's gray. I come here and choose black. Then you come back, you see that a black line has been added. You can also choose a fill. You can also click and choose a fill. If you want to color the whole of this space here, you take solid fill. is white, you can come and choose a different field. Say gray, so just say gray. If you choose gray, you see now, see what happens. So you can format the chart anyhow you want. Even these things here, you can make it 3D, like these ones here. If I right click on them, I come to format data series. You can choose this one is view, this one is effects. Yes, you can choose effects. Then you come to 3D format. Then you choose top level. You can choose anyhow you want it to appear. You want it to be shining. You see, it's changing a bit. Maybe you want this one. This type. That is the bottom level. So this kind. You see when I click on it, it changes. Then if I want to increase that space, the space in between these lines, I will come here to this series options and just play with these angles. See, I increase it. Okay, that's just the angle. Then the pi explosion should be this one. You see, as I increase it, the things, so you can also play with these ones. You see, you can play with these ones like that. Change the angles. Well, even this one down here, you can come back and change the color and put it black and make it bold so that it should show well. Anyhow you want, so it's looking more beautiful now. So I hope not one of you is not texting me. Okay. Are we following?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. And so the most important thing is when to plot the pie chart. We have those about 2 or 3 things to compare. Okay. How do I pull this thing? Okay. So I've just selected a few from here to plot because you could also have many. So let's try the line graph. Okay, the line graph now in particular, you plot a line graph when you're tracking an indicator or something over time. Many people always get confused. I cannot come and plot a line graph between clients and product and revenue. There must be a time column. There must be time. So let's just put a something fictitious here. Okay. How do I put automatic date again in Excel? I forgot how to put automatic date. Okay, equals to today. It's today. I take today. You give me today's date. What if I highlight? If I autofill? It gives me just today. No, I want it to increase. What if I take +1? +5. All right. It has increased now. +5 days. I've added 5 days. There's no way to do random. I can do random numbers, but I don't know if I've just forgotten. I can do random dates. Let me just quickly check it. Oh, just keep my mind. Quickly check it. You just need to do that because if you don't have time, you cannot do a line graph. Let me see. Okay. All right. Let me try something. The run between is correct. We will run between dates. So let's write the date here. Start date and end date. Let's write them down here. All right. So for the start date, let's say it starts today. Oh no, let's say June 2023. And then for the end date, let's say the end date is let's say January 1, 2023, and the end date is June 30th, 2023. All right. So you see now, that's the random run between. So it should give us random dates between these two dates. So let's autofill now. Let's just autofill a few of them. Oh, why not all? Let's just autofill all. All right. Good. But Excel has gone crazy. Why is it giving me 1900? Is that what I asked for? It's crazy. That's not what I asked for. What happened here? Ah, I see. I get the point. Remember, I told you guys about this. I told you about fixing, right? I will not fix the cells. So what happens is that when Excel came here, Excel is taking this one as first date and this one as second. So it's going one step below. Remember that. So I need to fix it. I need to put a dollar sign in between the letter and the number so that Excel picks only these two cells. Even when I go to fill it, picks only those two cells. You get the point? Can you see now? I'll give me random date just between those two. Are we following? Okay. Okay, understood the run between. If I come here and say run, that's the random numbers between, and instead of referring it to a cell, because I actually refer Excel to go to a cell, say J12, which is this cell, and say J13, which is this one. If I do not refer Excel to a cell, I rather wrote this date inside here and wrote the end date here. There will be no problem. I'll just autofill and it goes. But since I refer it to a cell, I need to fix those two cells so that Excel should run between these two cells. So if I do not fix like the first time, it means that this cell, Excel is taking random numbers between this date and this date, which are from these two cells. If I don't fix them like this, the next date that Excel wants to generate, it will shift one step below. So it will run between numbers between this cell reference and this cell. The next one, it will take this cell and this cell. That's why we had those errors there. But once I fix it, when I put a dollar sign here, in my formula, Excel will pick just these two dates. It will remain just within that confinement. And it will give me random numbers between those two. So we have this now. Let's try to plot our line graph and see. Let's look at the data type even is date. So let's plot our line graph between the date. Let's take the whole date column and see if it works. This one is, I just take Control Shift down arrow, and then I take this bar and scroll right up. I click on revenue. What happened now? Also, sometimes it might disturb like this, so you could just extract the two columns. So I can click on this A, I hold the Control key, I click on revenue, I just copy the two, I go to a new Excel sheet. If you are doing analysis, you can use as many sheets as you want after you bring the graphs together. So I come to a new Excel sheet, I right click. I can right click and paste as numbers or as values, or I just paste them there. Since there were no calculations, so I can just paste. And then this one, I want my thousand separator to show because it's money. So I can highlight the whole of it and come and click here. And when I do that, the decimal points increase to 2. I can reduce them by coming here, this revision. So that 2 bar was important, right? Because now we're doing everything. So let's highlight these two and go to insert to recommended charts. You see, it's giving us wonders. It gives us for all the dates, all the dates. See, it gives for all the dates. All right. This one might not really be feasible because it gives for the various days. You understand? It gives for the various days. So you might not want to see it per day since it's too much. You want to see it per month, right? So